All right, I have railed on how the way that we exchange information with clients is the biggest productivity unlock for accounting firms right now. How we request things, the auto follow-ups, having to go back and figure out what exactly it is you need. It is a big pain in the hiney, but it adds some risk to your software selection. Because what if you go out and you pick this great platform that you now have trained 1,000 clients on, and you're like, oh, this actually sucks. I actually don't want to use this. In the past, it just inconvenienced you. You could go back, pull up the carpet and be like, hey, we're gonna change this system. Now that impacts your clients. And I do not want to retrain 1,000 clients on a different platform every single year, which is a killer argument for having a client communication portal that is separate from your workflow. The systems that you use to manage your work versus the systems that you use to communicate with clients. And today we're looking at a super flexible client portal solution called Copilot, who is kindly sponsoring this week's demo day, where we roll up our sleeves and we actually use the tool. We're not just talking about it, we're getting down into the weeds. So come on in, let's take a look at Copilot. They've got an interesting take on that kind of client portal layer. So, two things we're gonna look at here, the client experience side and then the firm view. This is the client experience. We are now Touchstone Accounting. Close your eyes. It's your first day. Be sure to write your name on your lunch. When clients hop in for the first time, this is the home page. Touchstone Accounting, you're in, welcome, how to work with us. And if you're a Notion user, the jig's already up, because what they're looking at here is actually an embed of a Notion page that I made. And that's what's different about Copilot, is you can actually embed external stuff into this portal. And so I like Notion. So I designed a cool landing page the way I wanted it. And now it's the first thing clients see when they hop in. Now let's keep going down the left-hand side here. We got messages. So you got a built-in way to slide into those DMs within the portal. But honestly, hard to get everybody to use one system for that, right? So smart thing they did here, if I send a client a message inside of Copilot, that client's gonna get an email. All they gotta do, reply to that email, and the reply will actually come through messages. What a cool way to keep all of that stuff organized, right? We can manage files, folders, all that. You'll see this file with the little orange dot. That's one that I'm waiting for e-signature on. You can also load it up with any forms that you want them to complete. You can either use Copilot's built-in forms like this Touchstone Accounting onboarding form, or if I like Typeform or Airtable or Jotform better, I can embed that stuff in here as well. It's gonna handle billing. This guy owes me $2,000, what the hey? Help desk is like a custom set of pages I can use for clients to help themselves and figure stuff out. Got a page here to schedule a call. This is actually my Calendly that is embedded into the portal. And financial docs, hello, this is a Google Sheet embedded straight into their portal. You kidding me? Having all this stuff in one place, I could check the financial statements that my clients don't look at in here. All of this stuff you can load into a single client portal, so they're not having to jump out to QuickBooks or wherever else they're getting all this information. Now let's look at the firm experience. We were logged in as a client, now we're gonna look at the firm side. Here we got a client view. You see the name, the client column, and the company column. And companies are used to basically group associations of clients, and this is to do a couple of things. Let's say I wanna send a message out. I can actually send that message out either at the client or the company level, so it pushes out to everyone. Same thing with files. If I want everybody in a company to get a file, I can push it out at the file level rather than having to fling it on out to everybody individually. Now, a couple different ways you can work through information here. You can either do it at the firm level or by drilling into each client. So for example here, I can come into messages, and this is every message that I've gotten across all of my clients. Or if you prefer, you can hop over to the client view and you can drill in to see their messages, files, invoices, all that stuff. And then over on the right-hand side here, you've got their custom properties as well. Now, that is all pretty cool, slick, fancy modern looking. But the two big ways that they are differentiating themselves, first is just the number of apps that you can build into this. Check out this app directory. We got Calendly, Jotform, Airtable, Google Sheets, Power BI, ClickUp. All that stuff can get embedded into the client portal. Think about all of the things that those apps do. This will really kind of bake your noodle. From the various views you can have in ClickUp to database management style stuff in Airtable, the notion that you could build all of that stuff into the client portal, that's pretty wild. And if I'm the client, it's actually super nice because I can get everything that I need to manage that ongoing advisor relationship in a single place. Now, the second really cool thing they're doing is this enables some wild automation. So I'd encourage you to just check this out on their page because there is a ton of them. But now you can connect these systems with Zapier, with Make, with their API. You can actually even build custom app integrations via their API. So recently they had a firm build out like their own approach towards time entry that was built into Portal. But a bunch of good ideas here from an automation standpoint. So upload files into Google Drive when new files are uploaded to Copilot. So if Google Drive's the final home for those files, it'll pull it over automatically. Client signs some documents in PandaDoc, push that stuff over to Copilot, right? So they've got all that stuff in one place. CRM stuff, keeping that in sync with Salesforce. Anytime somebody books a call on Calendly, pushing into the CRM. We have so many frustratingly disparate systems that we have to use. Copilot's trying to make that as easy as possible to keep that stuff in sync across all the apps that you're pulling in, while still giving clients access to like a modern experience, right? It's not gonna be some super codgerly old looking portal. This one's really cool. Honestly, it's a lot to cover in 5 minutes. Most systems these days are more opinionated. They say like, here's the way to do that work. Copilot's taken the opposite approach. They're more of a platform so that you can build that client experience to be whatever makes sense for the way that you work with your clients. Pretty cool, right? Again, thanks to Copilot for sponsoring this video. Check out the link to them in the video description. And we're doing these demo days every Wednesday now, where we're going deep on some of the most popular tools in the space. Check out this playlist up here to learn more.